In following Warren Buffett, a lot of times you have to listen to what he has to say, but also listen for what he doesn't say. Buffett is so good with words, he doesn't want to offend anybody. And he was saying that he was selling down his Apple shares. And he's owned Apple since 2016. And it's been the largest position in the portfolio, close to 50% of the portfolio. But in the fourth quarter of 2023, we noticed that he was selling, and he was selling more in the first quarter, sold over $20 billion worth so far. And during the annual meeting, he was saying that he was selling because he felt like taxes are going to be higher in the future, and he wanted to pay less taxes on it now than in the future. But if Apple's going to be a long time holding, why is he even selling it? He must think that Apple is either overvalued, or he can find something at a better price somewhere, or he just wants to hold a lot more cash because he feels like the market's going to be coming down quite a bit. And so Chamath Palihapitiya in the All In podcast, I don't know if I pronounced that right, we'll just call him Chamath, he had a few things to say about this and what he noticed from the investor letter and what Buffett had to say in the annual meeting.
You guys see that in the Berkshire annual meeting last weekend? Tim Cook was in the audience and Buffett was very laudatory. This is an incredible company, but he's so clever with words. He's like, this is an incredible business that we will hold forever, most likely. And then it turns out that he sold $20 billion worth of Apple shares. In the
caveat. We're going to hold it forever.
Which by the way, if you guys remember, we put that little chart up, which shows when he doesn't mention it in the annual letter, it's basically like it's foreshadowing the fact that he is just pounding the sell. And he sold $20 billion.
Well, also holding it forever could mean one share.
Yeah, exactly.
We kind of need to know, like, how much are we talking about?
So there are some investors that will commit the most amount of money to the things they're most excited about. And in the past, for Warren Buffett, that's been Apple. He's had almost 50% of his portfolio in Apple in the past. That's changed a little bit here recently. For other people, it may be some other type of company. I think some have been high on the video lately, and that's changed a little bit recently. Some have been high on other things. But what is the smart money doing? What are they committing the most capital to? And for a lot of people, what they're committing the most capital to these days is cash.